7 years ago, I was looking for God, so I figured I'd go to a church. And I went into a certain church, and everyone sat down and stood up and sat down and stood up and repeated words and stuff. Then at a certain point they got up and formed a line, and I asked what they were doing, because they were all going forward and being fed. And I said, "What's that?" And I was told, "That's Jesus." And so I said, "Can I have some?" And I was told, "No." I should have walked right out that door. I think at some point I was given some spiel about not feeding things to dogs and stuff. I wonder, is that what a dog is? Someone who's earnestly looking for God? It turned out that if I wanted Jesus, then I could begin a process of applying to be allowed to take part in the ritual. Almost like applying for a permit to get a license. A wee parable for you. Look at these fish here in the stream. You're not allowed to catch these fish. A few miles down the road have the fishery and wildlife people, and they control all the fish. And then they kind of let them out a bit and act like they're giving you fish. And those are the fish you're allowed to catch. You might say perhaps they're not natural fish. They're replicants. And the real fish are forbidden. And if you want to catch the replicant fish, you need to apply for a permit, for a license to catch the fish that they act like they're given to you, when really they just stole them all. Job chapter 12, verse 6. The tabernacles of robbers prosper, and they that provoke God are secure, into whose hand God bringeth abundantly. But ask now the beasts, and they shall teach thee, and the fowls of the air, and they shall tell thee. Or speak to the earth, and it shall teach thee, and the fishes of the sea shall declare unto thee. Who knoweth not in all these that the hand of the Lord hath wrought this, in whose hand is the soul of every living thing, and the breath of all mankind? Doth not the ear try words, and the mouth taste his meat? I'm not trying to steal your peace, but my heart is grieved. My heart is grieved for the Lord of hosts. My heart grieves for my King. For why should a man have 1 million views on a video telling you that he's found the truth in the fish hatchery, when God put the fish in the stream, and it's that simple? So not to be self-righteous, but it's a matter close to my heart, and therefore my heart grieves for my Lord and my King. And so for his righteousness' sake, let me continue. I'm not sure about this video. I almost don't like it. And I think that's because it gets dangerously close to going in the wrong direction. And it gets dangerously close to dealing with matters that are far, far above my station. This video is for people who are wandering, people who are searching for God, people who are searching for Jesus. That's who this video is for. Because if you are searching for Jesus, that means that you are anointed. It means that he has chosen you already. One of the last things that evil can do is to try and put a man between you and your Father. That's why Jesus came, to remove that barrier. That barrier no longer exists. Jesus is your license. You already have it. Does your heart beat? Are you breathing? That's your license. Don't be fooled into thinking you need to ask another man for a license, for permission to come home. Seek his face. He's waiting for you.